In a world where laughter was king.
No in a world, Jack.
What do you mean, no in a world?
It's not that kind of movie.
Oh? Okay. In a land that...
No in a land either.
In a time...
I don't think so.
In a land before time.
It's about a comedian, Jack.
One man.
No.
When your life is no longer your own.
What does that mean?
When everything you know is wrong.
That's wrong.
In an outpost.
No.
On the edge of space.
There's no space.
A girl.
No.
Two girls.
No.
Now.
No.
More than ever.
Stop it.
A renegade cop.
I hate you.
A robot renegade cop.
You're fired.
You're fired.
No, you're actually fired.
I'm fired.
Get out of the booth, Jack.
No, I like it in here.
You must unite what has been set asunder.
We are TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Broadcasting to you from a large spaceship currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery is preparing a big bag of popcorn, awaiting the release of a new Flat Earth documentary just hours away. Will it be for the Flat Earth? Will it be against it? Will it be a fair balance, asking the questions we have been awaiting the answers to? We shall see. Wow, you are being kind. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, well, you're just not very good at the internet. For those of you listening to this on YouTube and you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And yes, Hori, if it is not March 19th, 2019, then you are listening to a rerun. Quote of the day goes exactly like this. By doubting, we are led to question. By questioning, we arrive at the truth. Who said that? Peter Abelard. And I'm not going to tell you who he is because there's other things that I can't pronounce in the description. All right, the Mark Sargent 2019 challenge is in effect. This is my personal declaration of war against mainstream science. I, Mark Sargent, put forth a challenge to any university, foreign or domestic, to loan me a self-contained spacesuit, put me in a vacuum chamber, and pull the switch. Find out what happens. Do I live? Do I die? For more information, please check out the Flat Earth Clues, Part 13, The Lost Nail. Announcements. Who's got the announcements? Let's see here. Hey, Mark, can you announce that I will be going on the non sequitur? Oh, wait, I think this is a Jeffrey Grupp thing. Yeah. Jeffrey Grupp's going to be on the non sequitur show on April 3rd at 4 p.m. Central Time. He'll be debating Tom Jump, a very impressive atheist. Will be very little, Jeffrey wrote this for me, a very little theist presence there. So if you want, please announce, get some theists over there for it. If you don't want to announce, no problem. So that's Jeffrey Grupp, who's going to be on the non sequitur show. Excuse me, you're going to have to bear with my voice, on April 3rd. Let's see here. What other announcements? Meetups. If anyone wants to do a meetup, please, by all means, send me your information. I will do it as long as I can, as long as I have time. But as you guys probably know, since Behind the Curve came out on Netflix, I've been extremely busy. The Flat Earth New Zealand Expo is what I'm going to be doing next. That's down in New Zealand, as you can imagine, April 24th. I will be down there. I'm staying all the way until the first week of May. So look that up if you get a chance. If you can't find it online, let me know and I'll send you the links. But please, anyone that's down there in that area, I will be speaking. And I'd like to clear this up. Again, most meetups I don't attend. If I'm going to be talking at a meetup or if I'm going to be attending a meetup, I will put that in the title of the video. If you do not see my name in the title of the video, assume I will not be there. The Calgary Flat Earth Conference is going to be May of this year, and I'm going to be attending that. I will be up in Calgary from the 18th to about the 23rd. Then I am going to be, the summers, I think we're doing more documentary stuff. And then I'm going to be in the UK for the UK conference, September 13th through 15th. There is a conference in Mount Shasta, September. I will be down there 18th to 23rd. It's not going to be that long. But look that up if you get a chance. That was just announced a little while ago. The Amsterdam conference is going to be in September. I'm not officially listed on that docket yet. We'll see. And then Dallas, of course, rounds out the year, and that's November. The big one in the United States, put on by Robbie Davidson. And last but not least, well, you know what? There's one more thing that I might be. There's another conference. It's not Flat Earth, but it's in Stockholm, Sweden. And I've been invited to it. I don't know. It conflicts with the UK conference, but they say they might be able to get me over there and back because it'd be like just fly over, spend the night, do the thing, and then fly back and do all the stuff I need to do in the UK. But we'll find out. And let's see, Flat Earth Sun and Moon app. If you don't have it already, go to DITRH's page, otherwise known as Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, otherwise known as David Weiss. And as a matter of fact, he just sent me a thing announcement. DITRH will be debating two ball-loving hosts on the Surreal. Boy, that's objective. Two ball-loving hosts on the Surreal Talk podcast, which streams live on YouTube at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Come join the chat. So it's Surreal Talk, Cults, Conspiracies, and the Paranormal on YouTube. Oh, that's fantastic. Wonderful. Great. I will definitely try to be there. All right, we're going to do a call-in show. So the phone number to call in is going to be 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. And we're doing this for two reasons. And I'm also going to bring on a special guest. We're going to be talking about a few things because my voice, for whatever reason, I just cannot shake this cold I've been fighting for the last couple of days. So I don't think it's anything serious, but you can tell my voice has been kind of going from bad to worse as I've been doing more and more talking things. In fact, I talked with a high school this morning at 4:30 a.m. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have gotten my rest. But you know what? Flat Earth waits for no one. And when it comes to Strange World, we all know the saying, right? The show must go on. So with that, I'd like to bring in our special guest. And you guys have heard him on a couple different shows, and that would be Brian Burton, Master Gunner, United States Army. Brian, are you there?
I am here.
How are you, man?
Sound terrible.
I know, I don't sound good.
I'm better than you.
Yeah, it's, oh, wait, why is somebody calling me? Nope, call the other line, guys. I'm not forwarding this line. Crap, hang on, let me hang up on them.
Live call show. How
yeah.
cool.
Call 213-233-3998. Call 213-233-3998, not 720-897-6111. I'm not going to be forwarding those calls right now. I mean, I may if you guys keep calling. I might turn it on, but we should be okay. Anyway, so tomorrow, let's get topical here. Tomorrow, as the Peanut Gallery mentioned, the Logan Paul documentary is going to be released that's going to change the face of everything, or so he said. What do you think?
I think he says a lot of things, but yeah. I will keep an open mind. Am I expecting great things? No, I'm not expecting great things.
No.
But hey, miracles could happen.
I have a prediction, which is I think the reviewers are going to skewer it because he's going to try too hard. And by that, I mean, he's already stated very publicly that he's very envious of Shane Dawson's channel and his listeners. And you've heard me say this before on this channel. It's like, look, Shane Dawson and Logan Paul are completely different people. Shane Dawson had a tragic backstory. He was very gay and very overweight, and his dad beat him for one or both of those reasons. I don't know why being overweight would get you beaten, but you never know. And because of that, he had massive amounts of creative angst, and so he's very, very creative, and he wears his soul in his sleeve. Logan Paul gets paid for pulling pranks on people. that's it. That's the long version of it. He is the internet version of Johnny Knoxville and Jackass. So, that being said, the reason why I have an opinion on this is because I noticed in the trailer, and you watched the trailer as well, there's too many cutscenes of him back at the mansion, or whatever you want to call it, a big house, back at the big house, where he seems like he was shoehorning in scenes for the narrative, trying to build kind of a backstory leading up to the conference, but he was doing it after the fact. And that usually shows. So like the reason why Hollywood productions lose people is because they shoot stuff out of sequence. You know, you shoot all your car chases and you shoot all your desert sequences and all your low lights, you shoot them all in to save money. And I think Logan in this case realized he didn't have enough for a good story narrative, so he just tried to squeeze in stuff. And that is going to come off as completely staged, where you have two cameras shooting the same thing. It's like where he's asking dramatic questions of people and in two different camera angles. It's like, okay, well, there's two other people in the room there. So how authentic is this? It's coming off like a reality television show. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
It's funny you mentioned Shane.
Right.
Because I was reading an article that actually, from Dexter.com. Logan Paul called out for ripping off Shane Dawson's documents. Yeah.
Yeah. Shane Dawson, if you guys have been living in a cave, Shane Dawson has the #1 Flat Earth video on YouTube. He made it without even talking to anybody. He just made it on his own with his brother. Didn't talk to any flat earthers at the time, and it's got 27 million hits in a year, which is amazing, right? And I mean, that blows away everybody. And Logan was verbal about it, and he's jealous. And so it's like, well, like everything else in Hollywood, let's rip off the formula. So he just had whoever he did break down Shane's video and turn it into a thing. But the big difference there, and I'm sorry, I'm sneezing and stuff and sniffly. Because I'm not supposed to be talking as much.
Are you human?
Am I what?
Are we supposed to think you're actually human? Is that what you're trying to pull off here?
Believe it or not, yeah. It's rare. It is so rare that I get stuffed up. But I think it was stress related, and you and I know what that's about. But I don't want to get into it on air. It has to do with Patricia. No, I'm totally kidding. So here's the difference, though. The difference between Shane's video and whatever Logan's releases is that Shane was hardly in it. That's the big difference. He a few little cut scenes here and there, but for the most part, Shane was just doing a tiny little narrative with his brother, and he let his brother just run with it. He let his brother run point. Whereas Logan wants to be in every scene. If he could get away with being in every scene, he would. And so it's basically Logan walking through this flat Earth world, and he's not focusing on the flat Earth; he's focusing on himself. That's the big difference. And so, yeah, when the big YouTube channel, I think it's called H3, called him out on it, it's like a duh. I don't even know if they listened to Logan even saying that. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm trying to do what Shane did anyway. So bottom line is, we're gonna know tomorrow. I don't think he's going to release it at midnight. He'll probably release it. I don't know, maybe he'll release it at midnight. But it'll probably climb the charts pretty quickly. But because the filters are currently broken, it's going to be you'll have to go to Shane's channel to probably find it. You know what I mean?
Well, you mean Logan's channel?
Wow. Yes. Sorry, I am out of it. Yes.
Shame on you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse the two guys. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. One, it might be top if it's kind of anti, as we've noticed. It might push to the top.
Maybe. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
And my other question is this the month he's being gay, or is that next month?
Well, no. March was supposed to be. It was supposed to be all male March, but I think he bailed on that because, as you know, the gay community, and no, I'm not going to say LGBTQ plus because it's silly. I'm sorry. Look, I'll let you get away with changing the gay pride parade to the pride parade. I'll let you get away with that. But there is no way I am rattling off freaking letters just to show respect for.
Well, no. You don't have to, because he said gay. He didn't say he was going to try to be LBG XYZ.
LBG.
He said gay. You're good with
you plus. I love the fact that there's just plus now on the end of this. It's like, really? So you finally just gave up with the letters, and so we're just going to just. I could get into it. Trust me, I love the gay community. I do. I think they're creative. I love what they've done with music. I especially love what they've done with Halloween. But for God's sakes, come on. I
wonder if that's going to change the meaning of when you get told you can bring a +1.
Oh, that's good.
Everything, all the other words, I do think occasionally, but all the other words keep getting changed and all that,
It's good.
Hashtag to pound to hash, whatever.
Pound is so much easier. Why is pound too aggressive? Is that why we changed it to hashtag?
Well, if you say pound me too, it changes the meaning though.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, when the internet first came out, well, actually, when social media first came out, why? I think it was just because pound was too aggressive.
Could be.
It's a term that bullies use. I'm going to pound you at 3 o'clock in the parking lot.
Yeah. Oh, also, I heard that Logan said he wanted to go to Antarctica and find the edge too.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's
not going to happen. Logan wouldn't last 2 seconds in Antarctica. He would be. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up. I don't think Logan can spell Antarctica. I'm not kidding.
Maybe not. No,
I'm not kidding. Seriously, gun to his head, spell Antarctica. I think you get about 4 letters in, and then you just pull the trigger. So, there you go. All right. What? Anything else? By the way, thanks for coming on and kind of helping out. It's always nice to talk to you.
I was well rested because I didn't make my Thursday show, so I'm well rested. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not well rested. You know what time I got up this morning? I got up at 4:15. Why, you may ask? Because a high school, that's right, Flat Earth has the children. A high school in Pennsylvania wanted to talk with me about Flat Earth. The teacher, in fact, it wasn't just the students this time. A teacher actually had them all watch, and in class, watch the documentary, and then had them come up with an hour's worth of questions. And so I did an hour's worth of questions this morning, and luckily I have the screenshot to at least prove I did it, because they didn't record the Google Hangout, and we didn't do it on Skype, so I have no recording of it. Although it probably would have been inappropriate because we would have had, a dozen different high school kids on camera. And I don't.
News media be all over you. But
maybe.
Just summarize, how did it go? I mean,
all the questions were pretty much what you'd think they were.
They would be, but they were receptive, and teacher didn't, announce.
Yeah. I didn't even tell you. So I sent you the screenshot, right? Remember I sent
yes.
Right. So everyone that's wearing a dark shirt in that screenshot, they're wearing a custom. Get this. We Are Mark Sargent shirt, black shirt with teal lettering. So it's a little hard to make out. But they're wearing We Are Mark Sargent shirt. So you can tell who's pro and who's against if they're wearing the shirt or not.
Well, I give kudos to the teacher that allows her students to have open questions on theories.
Yeah.
That, me, my whole on this is just to get the questions out there and allow people to ask the questions so we can get a right answer.
Right. Yeah, so, it was cool. I was very, very happy to do it with them. And again, it was so early. I didn't even get a chance to shave. It was like just put a hat on and just get.
No offense, but I get up at that time every day, so bite me.
Yeah, I don't though.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point was they were East Coast, so it was 7:30 their time, and they were still looking pretty sleepy. It was the beginning of the day for them, but they didn't. There wasn't much they could complain about. Not with me. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. Glad to do it, and looking forward to whatever. I think the next high school thing I've got. A small group are going to meet me over on the other side of the ferry. When? March 30th. I believe we're gonna go over there, and they're gonna shoot video, and it'll be cool. So apparently, I've been told that I am approachable, especially by young people, because I come off as non-threatening.
It's not that you wrote free candy on the side of your van. No.
Hey, look, you put a hook in a Snickers bar with some 20-pound test, it's amazing what you can do. Absolutely amazing. Or a candy necklace, or candy bracelets. Oh, those just freaking kill every time. All right, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's pick up a call just to start us off before to let people know we're actually going to take calls this show.
Okay.
And thanks, by the way, to Jeffrey Grubb if he's listening, because we had him on last week and the man emptied out his head.
Yes.
All right, first one's going to be 843. 843, you're on with Strange World with Mark and Master Gunner and just about anything. What are we talking about? 843. You got to take the mute button off. Oh, it's a rookie mistake. Hate to see it. 54321. That's all right. We'll jump over to 304 area code. We got time. It's only the first segment. All right, 304 area code. I think I recognize the name, but I don't want to embarrass them, other than they could be part of the exclusive Flat Earth Warcraft guild that is on the Stone Mall server.
Yes. Yes, I'm not embarrassed. I'm not ashamed of my name. I'm a paladin. I'm not a warlock or witch. Okay, I'm a paladin.
Good for you, man. Paladin and proud.
That's right. So, Master Gunner, quick question: have you had any opposition from members in the same unit? I mean, if you've even spoken up to them about it.
Oh no.
Or
So I'm retired now, but I'll tell you the funny story. Before I did, we were stationed over in Kuwait when I picked up on Mark's clues and actually got into Flat Earth. But while I did that, I told everybody, especially the group, captains, chief, good friend of mine, but we really harassed this one lieutenant about it because he was just so against it, to the point where I even got all my friends, even if they weren't Flat Earthers, they were pitching it to him too, just to watch his reaction. But no, generally, majority of people I ran into are like, maybe, whatever.
Okay. Well,
but I had no
we're
aggression.
looking for opposite. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I had no aggression at it or anything else. I mean, one, because I brought up certain things in my field, and it's like, explain this. And they were like, well, I think a captain told it to me the best way. Well, obviously, there's some reason that it happens. We just don't know what it is. I was like, well, that's my point. Why don't we know what it is yet? But no, there were actually most people I ran into have been very open.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad people are starting to wake up and actually listen instead of bash. You know, that's good. I've talked to my cousins about it. People think Facebook messages or people are being mean, but when you get on the phone and pick it up and talk to them, their demeanor changes completely. But they're interested. The thing they like about Flat Earth is it's making them go back and question everything and make sure what they learned is actually correct. Like the fact that Hitler, they say he died in a bunker, right? They say he died in a bunker, but did he? According to the History Channel.
Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, good point. Remember, history is not only written by the winners; it's also written by the survivors.
Correct. Well, that'll do it, fellas. You guys keep that UFO flying true.
All right, man. Thanks.
From an undisclosed location.
All right, we'll see you on the server.
All right, see ya.
Yeah. All right. Do we have time? Yeah, we have time. It's Canada. Let's pick these guys up. 438. You got 3 minutes, and they hung up as soon as I picked up the phone. Scared. Indoor cats. All right. Let's deal with. Let's try 253. 253. You're on with Strange World. What is going on?
Hi.
Oh boy. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey. Are you a first-time caller?
Yes, I am. I'm Flat Earth Researcher number 35.
I didn't know they were numbering them, but that's okay. So how did you find out about the show?
Yeah, right. I'm Carrie.
Hi. Oh my
The
Lord.
lady in the short gray hair, always in the front row.
I didn't recognize you because you were laughing. How are you?
I know. I had to go find someplace really quiet because I'm down in Lake Havasu and they're having, spring break.
Oh, good Lord. That's
I've
happening
only
right
seen
now?
it on TV. I didn't know there was such thing. I didn't know there was such thing that was really, really, wow, they're really wild down here in Lake Havasu. But, yeah, I've been trying to flat smack around and got my lights out, and no one seems to be too interested, but I'm dancing anyway.
Carrie, I do miss you. I really do. That's awesome. So what Flat Earth event are you going to be attending next, do you think?
Well, I know I'll do a lot of meetups in between there because I'm heading back to Seattle.
Right. Are you going to do?
I'm a snowbird. So I'm a snowbird, so I follow the warm weather, and so right now I'm on the Arizona, Phoenix, and California side here.
Nice.
But yeah, I'll definitely be doing the Dallas, and that will be the first time that I attempt the driving. So if anybody's out there and they need a ride, I'll be in the Phoenix area and traveling to Dallas for the next conference, and they need a ride. I'm in a van, and
you got a little time since it's all. You know what? Let's do this. Do you want us to hold you through the break?
Okay, you got it.
Okay, well, we'll have like 20 seconds till we go to music. But yeah, as far as the conference goes, you don't have to worry too much. I mean, remember, it's only March, and Dallas isn't until November. So,
I know, but I got a lot of work to do on the road before then.
All right.
I'm in a van, remember? I'm carrying food and cooler and tent. I got it.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna put you on mute, and then we'll pick you up in 3 minutes on the other side of the break. Okay?
Okay, you got it, Mark.
All right. Remember, the phone number to call in is 213-233-3998. That is 213-233-3998. Don't go anywhere.
Real people, real radio.
Initiating the truth frequency.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 2 of 4. I'm on with Master Gunner, Brian Burton. We're taking phone calls. Brian, you still there?
I am still here.
Good to hear. And the bigger question is, Carrie, is she still there? Let's find out. Carrie was in the documentary, by the way. Oh, that's what I'm going to ask her next. Hey, say, Carrie, are you there?
I'm here.
So the last time we saw each other, you were down in Los Angeles. And
I was at the question everything. I didn't get to say goodbye to you, but man, it was fabulous.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I thought Joe did a nice job, and it's fun just hanging out there with people. I recognized so many, and then I met so many new people. And I gave you, if I'm not mistaken, a copy of the documentary, and I know you were nervous about watching it because you know you're in it with me when we were at the Pasadena meetup. Have you had a chance to watch this footage yet?
I'm still a little freaked out. I've been trying I really strongly believe in the Fight Club. And so I'm working on in the crowd of the mountain people out here in Arizona. They're the nomads, and I'm working on them. So I feel in the next week or so we'll have a video going outside on a big screen, and I get to sit in the middle of it.
Cool. That's awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. Right on.
So I'm holding out for the spontaneous.
All right.
And since I've been working on them, I've been slowly working on them, and I'm hoping that people will have questions other than, so what's underneath?
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. And in fact, the kids.
They don't have TV out here, so I think they're missing out on a lot. I'm trying to educate them that there's so much more out there and visually, up here we really climb high in some of these mountains here.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't have internet.
Yeah.
Luckily I do now, but man, the view, especially on a clear day, holy moly! I can't wait to get to Utah and check out the hills and mountains out there.
Nice. That's awesome. All right. Anything else before I send you back into the?
No, I just wanted to do. I just wanted to do a shout out to everyone that was at Salton Sea. I was out there. It was a blast.
Cool.
Waterman brought a lot of food, and I felt like we had some great success. And the one thing I missed out was while we were at Salton Sea, what was happening over in Death Valley was it was raining, and they got a record rain, and it was a 10-mile lake out there.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, interesting, huh?
Climate change is
before
a
it
myth.
gets way too hot, I'm heading out there.
Right on.
All right. Enjoying the show. I just wanted to check in and say I'm on the road.
Thank you, Carrie. It's always nice to talk to you.
I love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, before you pick up the next caller.
Yeah.
I've got one thing I want to say. And I talked to you about this briefly before.
Sure.
But a caller might be able to help with this.
What?
So as you know, I've been working on the flat Earth map stuff.
Yeah.
No, I won't do the Tiger Dan thing and disappear.
Good.
So I came up with an interesting problem because we've been having trouble with the southern hemisphere getting it to line up and everything properly without stretching. And I was talking to my daughter, who, as you know, I paid for her college and all that to become a cartographer.
Right.
And we both realized, as we were talking, about the coordinates, latitude and longitude and everything else, we realized that when you go to different parts of the world, i.e. the southern hemisphere, Australia and whatnot, you have to change your datum, your GPS datum. Otherwise, you're in the wrong position.
Interesting. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why?
Yeah,
if you have to change the datum. Wait.
Go ahead.
No.
I'm thinking.
No, I can't. No, I won't be able to make it because I've got this head cold. I got it before. You and I talked about this before, but I've completely lost it now because I am not well. So go ahead. What is it?
All right. So you have, we use WGS 84 commonly up here in the northern hemisphere, as they call it, which is basically the math formula of how to calculate where your latitude and longitude is on a sphere.
Right.
However, as you move to different parts of the world, i.e. like Australia, if you use the same mathematical equation in your GPS, you will be off. And I've actually known that for a while, never thought of it, because we have to make sure we have the right datum in the army of where in the world we are. Otherwise, our coordinates are off, and you might call artillery on yourself.
Sure.
Because you don't know where you are. So it's fascinating because I've been doing this map off of basically one mathematical calculation. And then I realized, well, wait, we don't do that in the real world. We have to use other calculations in other parts of the world. So, of course, my map's not going to work out, or most of our maps aren't going to work out because we keep using one formula. When in the real world, they're using different formulas according to where you are in the world. Now, they say because, the Earth's not a sphere or elliptoid, it's different shaped and everything else. But we have to put those calculations in. in order to get it right. The simple equation of what they call the great circle equation to figure out where you're on a ball doesn't work on the Earth, even in their heliocentric model.
Interesting.
Yes.
Cool.
So anybody out there that might have more knowledge on that or help us out on these equations and all that, feel free to chime in. I just want to get that out.
No, it's good. It's good. We're going to try 843 again because they called in twice. So I'm going to kick off one of these because I don't know even now how they connected twice from the same number. Let's see what happens when we pull up this one. 843, this is your other number you're dialed in.
Wow.
Did you catch that? You know what? Let's do that again.
Like audio mirror.
Yeah, hang on. We're going to do that again. Here we go. All right. Now pinch hitting for Pedro Barbon and Manny Mota.
Wow.
That is awesome.
I've always heard about audio mirrors, but I've never seen it.
That's really cool. I'm going to save that one in case we have to come back for something, because that's just entertainment on a stick right there. All right, let's see if we let's go to 281 area code. 281, you're on with Strange World and Mark and Master Gunner. What's happening?
What's going on, Mark Sargent? Ron H from H-Town.
What's happening?
Oh, man, just sitting here relaxing, man. Just going through a few things. Couple quick questions. I don't keep you long.
Okay.
Oh, I was letting you know, I was at Walmart the other day, and I came across some night vision binoculars. Walmart is selling them. Sharper Image is selling them true night vision binoculars for like $160, a couple hundred, and I was wondering how good those were.
It all comes down to the power. So if they're only like a 2 power, I don't know if I'd get them. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't be terrible, I suppose. The highest, and I guarantee they're almost always going to be Generation 1, because when you go to Generation 2, the price goes up by a couple $1,000.
Okay.
If just check to see. In fact, if you send me the link, if you find, I may even look on Walmart tonight after I'm done. But if they're less than,
these are the ones I saw. I'm looking at them right now. Atomic, Night Hero, Night binoculars. These are only $40, but the ones I see are also from Sharper Image. Those are like $150, $200. If you can check that out or whatever.
I'll check it out.
I'll hear from the next one.
They're probably not going to be that great. Honestly, the best night vision stuff all comes from Russian, the Eastern Bloc countries for whatever reason. Belarus seems to have cornered the market on them. But I don't know. Yeah, I'll check them out. But definitely, night vision binoculars are no joke. When you go out and your eyes are adjusted and you look up at the sky in night vision binoculars, it's like the movie They Live from the 1980s. The sky is just crawling with things. It's just amazing.
Tonight would be a perfect night. It's a full moon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
I just had to chime on this. It's not the power. I mean, if you want to get zoomed in, that's fine. But like Mark was saying, it's the generation you want to watch. Right. However, I have used Generation 1, and if you've never used night vision and you got a clear sky, you'll pick up some things in Generation 1 flying through the sky.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now, Brian will be able to tell better than me, but I've read up a little bit on this, and that is the difference between like Gen 1 and Gen 2 and Gen 2 and Gen 3 is that if you're looking at night vision and you don't want to shoot your best friend that's coming at you because you can't recognize him, that's the difference. But if you're looking if you're looking up in the sky, Gen 1 is just fine. I've tested a whole bunch of Gen 1 night vision binoculars and monoculars, and they work great. So anyway, what else you got?
This new little old New Zealand shooting. I thought you were in New Zealand by now, but what was your take on this New Zealand shooting? Because I'm a little skeptical. 51 dead, another 50 injured. I don't know. Is this another false flag, you think, or is there some validity to it? What's going on in New Zealand? Your opinion.
I don't know yet because I just, as you know, the bootleg that was put out there on the internet circulated a lot before it was finally taken down.
Yeah.
In fact, Facebook said they pulled down they pulled down like 1.5 million copies of it, which meant that it's everywhere. And I just, maybe only a couple hours before the show, watched the entire unedited thing. And I'm not going to repost it or anything like that because you will get in trouble if you do, because it shows shooting. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But that's a great question for you to ask. And I believe the term nowadays is called auto hoax, which is, since we're so skeptical of mainstream media anyway, it doesn't matter what country it's coming from. I'm going to be naturally suspicious regardless. And this is not me being offensive to anyone in New Zealand. It's like, look, we've dealt with a lot of stuff up here. We're jaded in a lot of different ways, including being suspicious of the media. So when someone says, "Oh yeah, we shot up 2 mosques and 50 people died," it's like, all right, take a look. It's going to be a tough one because anyone that's going to be critiquing it on YouTube isn't going to be able to put up any of the footage because it's pretty graphic stuff, regardless of whether or not you believe it. And so I don't know. My personal opinion, I'm suspicious, but it's only because show me, everybody else is kind of like the cry wolf thing, right? There could be some real shootings along the line, but how do we know? We're so suspicious of everything else. So anyway, that's my take.
But the media likes to add their little 2 cents on it too and fabricate things. So maybe you'll find out when you go down there. Who knows? When you speak with some locals.
I'm going to be heading down there in a month, and already have my plane tickets booked, and going to be doing the conference down there. So I'm sure we will talk about it. Definitely.
Okay, one more quick thing. I know you got other callers. I know that you're a shooter just like me. I'm CHL certified. Come on, I live in Texas. Yeah. What's your weapon of choice? I'm just curious.
We talking rifle, shotgun, handgun, carbine?
Handgun. I got it.
Handgun. Well, okay, I'm a little different. So when it comes to rifles, I hate the 5.56 223. I hate it just because it's an attrition weapon. It was designed. I could talk about this forever. It was designed to wound, not kill. I'm a big 308 7.62 guy, and that is, I'm a big believer of shooting the highest caliber comfortably that you can hold. A 300-pound guy is not going to shoot a 22 pistol, and a 100-pound woman is not going to be firing a Barrett on a regular basis. Shotgun, I go with what the military uses, which would be Mossberg 590. Ever since they took over from Remington in the early 1990s. And then handgun, I hate to say this, but I'm still a big, a large caliber revolver guy, which is, if you had to bet the last 10 seconds of your life on something, what would you use? And with me, it's like, okay, am I wounded? Am I down? Do I only have one arm accessible? A revolver is pretty handy in that sense, where you can unload it and load it with one hand. It fires underwater. And come on, for me, it's simple. And that is, if you can't take whatever's coming at you in 6 shots, by the time you get there, it's my fallback weapon, then you've got more problems anyway. So that's why. What's yours?
Exactly. My favorite revolver, it's kind of cheap. And I got the Smith & Wesson Governor with the beam. I got the Governor, shoots 3, the 410, the 45 ACP, and the 45 long.
Nice.
I got that Smith & Wesson Governor.
That's fun.
It's really no contest. Take out 3 with 1 shot. And my favorite, and I like the 6 Sauer 40 cal. I'm a 40 cal fan. Always been. I've seen too many people get hit with 9mm that's still walking. That 40 cal, it shoots just as many and it's got more stopping power.
6 Sauer, they were runners up when the United States military switched from the Colt 45, may she rest in peace, to the 9mm, and they went with a Beretta, of course, because 6 Sauer was an import, and you have to pick a local boy to do the contracting work on that, and so but a lot of law enforcement went with 6 Sauer after that shoot off. So anyway,
wow.
I hate to say this, but Brian, you want to chime in? Do you have an opinion on this?
Sure, and you're gonna hate what I pick. What? But realize I picked them because I know them for years, and that is, I do like the Beretta 9mm,
which is fine,
because that is what I had for 22 years. But now, granted, when I shoot it, people don't get up because it is a matter of where you hit them. So it's a matter of marksmanship too.
Right.
And then I loved the M4. I know you don't like the 5.56, but you know what? That 5.56 put in the right spot, they're going down.
I'm not questioning that.
I will say this: the 7.62 is nice, but I have bandaged an Iraqi up that was shot 6 times with the 7.62 while he was smoking a cigarette. We bandaged him up because, again,
quick question, Master Gunner.
Yeah.
Quick question, Master Gunner. What's the difference between the 5.56 and the 2.23? Because I got a DPMS AR-15 and it shoots both of them, and they both look alike. They look similar. The 5.56 and the 2.23.
They're the same thing. It's the same thing. No, actually, they're the exact same thing.
Oh, shit.
I have heard that there is a.
This is why.
The what?
Well, it depends on the manufacturer, but if you get a can of military ammo, when we get our ammo, it's 5.56. 0.223. The difference is European measurement to the imperial measurement. It's metric to imperial. 0.223 is 0.223 of an inch. 5.56 is 5.56 millimeters, which is 0.223.
Now, and I do, even though I value Brian's opinion highly in this area, I have read a ton of periodicals on this because, as you know, I'm a ballistic nut, and some of the things I have read said that 5.56 has a slight, very slight, like low single digit pressure difference in pressure increase, meaning the military round is only slightly hotter, which means, and you're saying, and it will wear down the parts only, more. But that's what I heard. That may be a rumor. I may be completely wrong, but that's what I heard.
If you have a 2.23 or a 5.56, you can use it, but I don't think you're going to fire enough rounds that quickly to really hurt it. Honestly.
I know.
And you're talking about a guy who's made a 50 cal barrel white hot. So.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
Wow.
All right. Anything else?
All right. Real
let you go.
Quick, man. Yeah, real quick. I don't have nothing else. My favorite 12 gauge would probably have to be that Kel-Tec 12 gauge. After I saw the movie John Wick, I just got a hard on and just had to get it, man, just cause.
Oh, John
14. I just love it.
John Wick was some high quality violence there, especially the sequel. Did you ever see the sequel?
Yes, I've seen the sequel. I'm waiting for the third one to drop. It's about to come out in a few months.
Yep, the end of the trilogy. Be nice.
Yep. All right, man. You guys keep it flat, man. It's good talking to y'all. I'll continue to listen, man, and I'll see you in Dallas.
All right. See you, man.
Have a good one.
All right. Peace.
What?
I can't watch the John Wick 2 movie because I was so upset with the first one because the puppy died. That just upset me.
Well, yeah, but that was the motivation for the rampage.
Well, I know. I would have rampaged.
The wife. Well, actually, the wife had already died. But yeah, the puppy and the car. See, the car wouldn't have been enough. The car wouldn't have been enough, and he didn't have any kids, so the kids would have maybe had you lose it too much. But yeah, you're right. That tugged a lot of heartstrings, and so people did not feel bad for all the crime bosses that were getting whacked. So
no.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I absolutely agree. I'm a huge animal. In fact, I couldn't even work at the Humane Society when I had a chance in Boulder. I just got too sad even walking in there. It was like, kind of like I love cats. I wanted to hug all the animals in there, but I couldn't because that's crazy. All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to 905 area code. 905, you're on with Strange World and Master Gunner, and we're talking about whatever, but it looks like you're up in Canada. So what's happening up there, eh?
This Sunday. I love you guys.
Oh, wait. You ready? Say that again. Ready? Here we go. Ready? Say it again.
This Sunday.
Oh, that's perfect. I've got to keep using that. That's awesome.
You do. You can't even make an app to do that.
No, that is high quality. That's top shelf. Anyway, what's going on, man?
Just wanted to thank you, Brian, Karen, David, everybody that's out there. Love y'all. And I'll keep it short so you can get to the next one. But so yeah.
Well, that was short.
Thanks for all you do.
Well, thanks, man.
Yep.
That's really, really nice.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
And
on that, no shout outs? You want to do a shout out real quick?
Ace McLeod.
I knew it was coming.
Anybody heard of Ace McLeod?
Yeah. All right. See ya. All right. He's gone.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump over
Mark
to.
has a new toy for the spaceship.
I do have a new toy. Let's try it one more time. Ready? This Sunday, Flat Earth coming to you. Oh wait, did they hang up? Oh damn it!
No.
They hung up.
Oh.
They must have like heard their phone like freaking out. They figured out it was me. Damn it! All right, let's jump over to 914. 914, you are on. Oh, then they called back. You're on Strange World right now. What's happening?
Hey, Mark, what's going on?
Hey, I know you.
Yeah, I think you do. All right, hey.
Because your abbreviation is really unique because it comes over as Westchester, New York.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And your caller out there, that's excellent. I'm glad you have him. A lot of information about that. And I was going to ask him about that, because sometimes when I'm driving and I've got my GPS on, the GPS isn't calculated correctly. Sometimes it has me on a different road when, in fact, in reality, I'm actually not on that road. So I know there's something going on with the GPS. We all know there's no satellites out there, and there's nothing flying around in space, and everything that you see on the ground, it's all ground positioning devices. So there's some screw up with that, absolutely. There's something else I want to get into very quickly if I have time. I don't know, Mark.
You got time. You got 2.5 minutes.
Oh, like 2.5 minutes. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Now we're getting to the moon.
Okay.
And we're going to get into the daytime moon very quickly. So I was observing about the daytime moon. I now have a terrace on my porch, on my apartment now. And what I'm thinking about what's going on with the daytime moon, when I get home and I see that thing at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever the time may be, it's almost like the sun is the light from the sun, because we all know these are self-illuminating objects.
Right.
One of these objects has a light source, and the other one does too. So during the daytime, when you're seeing this moon, the sun light is so powerful, or that circle in the sky is so powerful, actually minusing out the moonlight itself. And that's why you can actually see through it. But yet during the nighttime, when I'm looking at it, through a telescope or, whatever I'm looking at it as, you can see the craters perfectly, but you can't see them during the daytime at all. So, it really, that proves it in itself that this is a self-illuminating object. And I just wanted to put that out there. I just want everybody to know about that. There's some other things I want to talk to you about, but
I like it. No, I like where your head's at on that one. Yeah, very, very possible. Sure. Why not? I mean, if the moon is self-illuminated, all bets are off anyway. You got about 30 seconds. You know what? You want me to carry you through the break?
If I can, yeah. I want to speak more to Brian too about about all that GPS stuff going on too. Yeah. All right. Excellent.
All right. So we're gonna carry you through the break, and I'm gonna mute you for just 1 sec. And then the phone number to call in is 213-233-3998. So that's 213-233-3998. I'm on with Brian Burton, Master Gunner, United States Army. And after we pick up 914 after the break, we'll grab 202, we'll grab 843. I don't know if 843, they only called once this time, so I'm not going to be able to do my fun stuff. Oh, there's the music. Back in 3 minutes.
Frequency Radio is your number. Wherever you are, make it Truth Frequency Radio.
Major Kong. Primary target the ICBM complex at Laputa. Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators. What's cooking on the switchboard? Nothing. Alright, tell you what you're gonna do, old buddy. You're gonna give Elmo and Charlie a flash, man. Bump everything up to condition written, stand by the moron, okay? Major Kong. Major Kong. Hey, what about Major Kong?
Clear and plain and coming through fine.
What about me?
It's great to be fine.
What about Major?
What's happened? You see the string in my legs, Carl.
What about Major?
I never told you.
Hey, what about Major Kong?
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. We're taking calls. We're talking to Master Gunner Brian Burton. Brian, are you still there?
Yes, and I've got to say one quick thing as after thinking about it.
Sure.
We were talking about the 5.56.223.
Yeah.
I realized that you got to be careful because some manufacturers,
Yep.
the way they build their rifles, I got to be safe here. Because there is a great difference between the two. So if you have a cheap manufacturer that builds a rifle not to withstand it, then yeah, you could have a problem.
Right.
So I will refer to the standard safety clause of always check your manual of what they say you're allowed to fire in there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, because there are you know me, I'm a big weapons buff, and I have seen rifles that say 223 only on them. And, they're really specific about not putting 5.56. And that's when I had to start thumbing through. This is before the internet. I had to start thumbing through magazines. Like, okay, what the hell? And they said the most I ever heard was like a 5% pressure increase, which, again, isn't that much. In a ballistic sense, it is not that much. But if you fire...
Unless you use cheap metal.
Or cheap
your
metal.
Guns... Right.
And the
Not
lifetime...
cheap metal, but...
Yeah, and if you're pumping through 3,000 rounds... I don't know what the lifetime of the working parts are of your general M4, AR-15, or M16, whatever the versions are. But you might, 5%. It would be 5% less. So anyway, yeah, if they use cheap metal, there could be a problem. So yes, always refer to the to the manual whenever in doubt. Same thing goes with the 7.62 308, definitely. Although I think
if you do it.
The what?
And you blow your rifle up. I'm just saying, if you do it and you blow your rifle up and your rifle couldn't handle it, do not sue Strange World.
Yeah. Yep, I hear you. All right. Anyway, sorry. Cece, are you still there?
Oh, yes, I'm here. That's right. I'm right here, Brian. I thought you were very informative with all your information. I wish I had knowledge about all of the gun manufacturers and everything like that. All I have is a shotgun up in the Catskills.
Hey,
just to protect myself.
Better than nothing. Look, I mean, there's a lot of people.
Hey,
look.
If you got a shotgun, I recommend this. Find a Sabo slug for your shotgun, and you'll have lots of fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, yes, I do. The guy at the gun store, whatever. But, you have to protect yourself. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. What else you got going, CC?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Mark, for, writing me over.
Yeah.
These commercials are killing me.
He lost
you got me started, with your commercial. Well, you know what? You can't program the commercials on your station at all. They're just thrown in there. But I mean, here I have a staged event. I tape recorded a drill. 24 hours prior to when it was happening.
Okay.
And a building burnt down in my complex. I mean, this building has been there since 1940. So I want people to understand really what's going on. You know, I mean, when you see these drills that are going on, especially in your area, please, people, freaking prepare.
Right.
You know, I mean, really.
Anything else?
No.
Any shout outs?
Shout outs, of course, everybody from the UK, you know, Roxanne, you know, Trinity 4, 007, you know, all those guys out there. I mean, they're doing such a great job. Global Live, you know, Zulu 1, you know, here's recording your show. You know, I mean, you guys, I really appreciate you taking my call. All right,
Cool.
Mark?
All right, man. Hey,
So, what you gotta do?
you have a good night, okay?
All right, my friend.
See you, man. All right, so let's jump over to, we'll grab 202, maybe 843, and then probably 845. So let's do 202 first. 202, you're on with Strange World, Brian Burton, Master Gunner, and me, and I don't know, millions of people. What's happening?
What's up, Mark? How are you, man?
I am not
Sorry.
bad, considering my voice sounds like I have a head cold, which it does. So what's happening with you?
I have a question for you, Mark.
Yeah.
You know, I'm into flat Earth, you know, and I've been arguing with my nephew, you know, because I see a lot of pictures that people take with balloons and stuff.
Sure.
And I wonder, do you think that we're gonna have a picture from the whole, you know, like the map of the Earth, or is impossible to go that high to get a picture of the whole?
You mean like our model? I don't think you can get high enough to see it. I don't think with our optics you can get up high enough. Even if you could get up 300-400 miles, I don't think you could see the whole thing, because and again, I'm just throwing the AE map out there because it's the one that's most commonly used. The AE map would be roughly 20,000. Brian, what did you figure it was? 22,000, 21,000 miles wide, something like that?
Yeah, it's just over 22,000.
Yeah, you'd have to get up really, really high to see the whole breadth. That's 10, 11,000 miles in each direction, even if you were at the center. So I don't think you can.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully that helps you answer that.
Yeah. You know, I was sure that was what happened, you know, because I see that rocket that they sent in 2014, the one that hit the firmament.
Yeah,
it
wasn't even 70 miles up, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw it, and you know, I'm open-minded, you know, but I know that he's close. He's into the globe, you know.
Right.
I show him the clues, and he told me, no, that's all fake, you know. But man, I want to thank you because you opened my eyes, man. I was in a cocoon, you know. I was sleeping, but now I know that I am a different person now. I see things different now.
Hey, you and me both, man. I was asleep too. It's why I can't yell at anybody that calls me names, because it's like, look, 4-5 years ago, I was in the same boat. I got lucky, you know. I worked out something and said, you know what? I think it could be this, and honestly thought that I had made a mistake, and here we are 4 years later.
But I shouldn't listen to you about the fight club, you know. Don't tell nobody.
Well, look, everybody knows. You're absolutely right. The Fight Club was kind of like a guideline more than a rule. I mean, that is the funny thing about Fight Club, which is everybody talks about Fight Club. You're just not supposed to talk about Fight Club. And it's this rule that everybody breaks, and I love it watching people do it, because they get so excited when they get into flat Earth. And the first thing they do is they get the family together. They sit them down at the dinner table. It's like, I have to tell you something, and everybody's holding their breath.
Yeah, you want to preach it to everybody.
Yeah, you know, it's like, all right. I mean, seriously, you might as well tell them you've changed genders, races, you're a drug addict, all combined. Because they just don't know what to do with it. They look at you, and I'm really surprised we haven't had more people committed to mental institutions. But at the same time, I don't know even what a mental institution would do if a person was brought in. It's like, oh, what's his deal? Does he believe he's Napoleon? Does he believe he's Jesus? No, he believes in flat Earth. I don't know what they do with that exactly. It's like, really? Huh? Especially now that it's everywhere. Anyway, sorry, I ramble. Anything else I can do for you?
No, man, Mark. I just that was all, man. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
Have a good one, okay? And thank you for everything that you do for the flat earth people, man.
Oh, you're very welcome. And don't be a stranger. Call in again, okay?
I will. I keep listening to you, Mark. I listen to you every week.
Oh, thank you. All right, talk soon.
All right, man.
Bye-bye. All right, so let's jump over to 843 area code. This is that one where we had the echo because they were called in twice. Let's see what happens when they call in once. All right, 843, you gave us a lot of entertainment in the first couple segments. What do you got now?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
I am fine. Did you realize you were called in using your same number twice? And so we had this weird echo that was happening, and we were treating it like a sound effect. It was a lot of fun.
We were enjoying it.
I did. I can't believe I can't believe I finally got through to you. I've been listening to you for like 3.5 years now, and this is my first time calling in. I got a couple of quick stories to tell you.
Okay.
How I get into flat Earth, right?
Yeah.
I cast dinosaurs for museums. Okay.
Okay.
I have a seamless gutter business, but I also cast dinosaurs for museums, 1/10 scale roughly. And I've been listening to you for a long time, and I've been watching you, progress as the years go on, and it's just amazing. And it just boggles my mind how people fight flat Earth so bad. Like my wife, who I love dearly, we get along wonderful, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as I bring up flat Earth, and she's known I've been into it for like 3 years, but as soon as I bring it up, she freaks out.
Yeah.
Freaks out, right? My brother-in-law lives with me as well, and same thing. He freaks out, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to hear about it. Oh, this and that. The whole, which we've heard a million times, right? Well, the other day it was my father-in-law, who lives with me as well. It was his birthday, and we're all sitting at the dinner table, and my wife just, I don't know how the subject came up, but she said, yeah, and tells my father-in-law, do you know, and he doesn't have any idea that I'm into this, right?
Yeah.
She goes, do you know people still believe the Earth is flat? And my father-in-law looks at her and goes, I've sailed sailing ships from Florida to Massachusetts, and I can see the curvature, and I can, see the ships going over the horizon, and I'm just smirking to myself, and I'm going, oh, here we go again with the same thing, that people is so indoctrinated into believing that you see a curve.
Sure.
And it's like, it just boggles my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to see the
my
curve.
wife.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you want to see the curve. And my brother-in-law said the same thing. He goes, I fly a lot for his job. And he goes, I can see the curve from the airplane. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And it freaks me out. It's like nobody, I live in South Carolina, okay, in the low country.
Right.
So everything's flat. Everything's low, flat. When you go over a bridge in South Carolina, you can see for miles, especially if you pull over and have binoculars.
Sure.
Or whatever, you can see so far. It's like, and I know, there's stipulations how far you can see and this and that, and I understand the curvature of the eye and everything else, the atmosphere and all that stuff. Like, I've been into this for, like I said, 3.5, 4 years.
Yeah.
And how I got into this originally was Megalodon, that show that was on there was a Megalodon thing on what do you call it? National Geographic.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And the dinosaurs, the Megalodon thing, right?
Yeah.
And dinosaurs aren't 65 million years old.
Right.
We'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
But I've been into Megalodon for a long time, and so I was watching this Megalodon videos and trying to look up Megalodons and this and that, and it brought me to your nemesis, Matt Boylan.
Oh, awesome.
Right? That was the first flat Earth video I saw, right?
Right.
But after that video, it brought me to your clues.
Oh, nice.
And then I watched those clues, and I'm like, wow, there's something going on. Because you have to have an open mind. You know what I mean? And take everything in to understand this. And it's like, so I started watching your videos, and then, I started, after I watched all your clues, and I still watch everything you do, or listen to everything you do, and, you go to Jaron, you go to Bob, you go to DITH, all these different channels that are out there.
Right.
And you all have so many things that are prevalent that you just can't even imagine. It's like, and, I sit there and talk to my wife, and she's like, you're falling into this thing. And I'm like, no, you just don't understand it. But like, it's how do you bring your family in? You try and talk to them, they don't want to hear it.
Right.
I got something for that.
What do you
Sorry,
do?
go ahead, Brian.
All right. So when people say they can see the curvature, sailing, or you can see the curvature from an airplane, I'm going to throw mainstream science back at them. Because mainstream science says you cannot see the curvature from an airplane. So you can Google, look them up, but actually the mainstream science actually says they cannot see it. Because in order to see it, you have to go over 40,000 feet at least. Planes don't fly that high. Standard planes don't fly that high.
Right.
I mean, just to barely able to, quote, physically see a couple degrees of what it is. So when people say that, it's
what
an
about
illusion.
the balloons that have been?
The balloons are good.
128 feet. Yeah. The balloons have been.
But you got to realize what kind of camera they have. What I like on the videos of the balloons, when they bring them up, they show the curvature. If you watch, because they're always kind of spinning up a little bit. If you watch the horizon of the Earth, you'll see, there's the curve. But if it bends or turns, you'll see it concave. That's the camera showing. So no, you get a good camera. I've seen good cameras out there, and I think there's a lot of YouTube videos out there of it. It's perfectly flat from that height.
And as far as let me chime in here real quick, which is as far as dealing with the family, because that was how you ended your question, which was for me, it is you just have to plant the seed and don't press it. I know you want to be persistent and you want to be, you want to keep putting the pressure on them, but it won't help. They've got to get it usually from a second source or themselves. You'll know if you're getting through to them if they say, well, I don't really like it. I don't really. And then a couple weeks later, they come back at you with questions. As long as they're asking questions, honest questions without ridiculing you too much, it's in their head. Other than that, you also have to wait for it to come at them sideways from another piece of media, which is why the documentary helped so much. There was lots of people.
And that's
Go ahead.
That's the thing that's getting me because I, my wife's known I've been into this for about 3.5 years, right? And she doesn't criticize me for it. She just doesn't want to hear about it. We get along today, the day we met. We get along wonderful. But she doesn't want to hear about this.
Has she watched the documentary yet?
No, not yet. I haven't brought it yet. I haven't even brought it up to her yet.
You might want to sneak that in if you have Netflix or something. Hey, I hate to do this to you, but it is a call-in show, and unfortunately, we do have to take a few more people. Any shout-outs? We'll talk again, I'm sure. Any shout-outs before you go?
I do. I have a major shout-out to Mark Sargent. I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time, and I finally did, and I'm really happy about it.
That guy? Oh, man. Don't listen to that guy. I don't even know why you would even bring him up. Every time I bring that guy's name up, people's eyes roll back into their heads. Anyway, thank you. No, thank you. It's much appreciated, man. And again, I'm just the freshman recruiter for something much, much bigger. But I'm glad
Mark, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. Love your shows and look forward to future stuff going on.
Cool. Thanks, man. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. I gotta get my voice. You know what? My voice is screwed anyway. So you know what's happening next, don't you?
Oh yeah.
All right,
do
this is
it.
845. Here we go with my head cold singing voice. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it.
New York, New York.
There we go.
With my vagabond shoes.
That's right. They're longing.
What's up? What's up? How are you?
What
Hey, Master Gunner.
Do I know you?
Maybe.
How you doing?
You might be the other guy from my show Thursday nights called Night School.
Holy
with
smokes.
me, Shauna Collins,
better.
and Brian Burton, the other guy.
Did I just hear a promotion just happen?
Yeah, I had to do it, or else I would definitely get beat up later.
It
was required.
So Peanut Gallery sent me a quote for you, Zulu. Here it is. There is no squabbling so violent as that between people who accepted an idea yesterday and those who will accept the same idea tomorrow. Ooh, that's good. That's from Christopher Darlington Morley. It's good. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and that's true. People
that is a good
that
one.
are fighting us, and that is the flat earth. Honestly, you should have sent me, Peanut Gallery, you should have sent me that quote earlier. I mean, like years earlier, because that is flat earth in a nutshell, which is people that are fighting us now are on our side of the field tomorrow. And
yeah,
there's some hardcore guys, of course.
Absolutely.
They're just sitting over there, never going to give in, but that's fine. We'll just dig a big hole and put them in it. Anyway, what's on your mind, man?
Not much. Just having a good night. Pretty cold out. Well, not bad. It's only like 30. Oh, by the way, the ammo thing. He's right. All rifles chambered in 5.56 can fire 5.56 and 2.23. But if it's chambered in 2.23, you cannot fire 5.56 in it.
Well,
and the reason that I found
was
that the head of the neck of the case is on a slightly different angle, so it creates more pressure in the barrel, like you said.
Yeah. Well,
and
again,
same with the 308 versus the 7.62.
A disclaimer: if we were in the zombie apocalypse, because it's always a zombie apocalypse, I would. If I was forced to use a 5.56 and a 2.23, I absolutely would. Sure.
It probably wouldn't blow up in your face.
No, I don't think it's going to blow up in my face. But if I'm going to go, if I'm going to go recreational shooting, I will use whatever it is chambered for. But but the point is, I'm not using a freaking 5.56 2.23 anyway, because I just don't like it. And I know our men in armed forces, they're trained on them. But sorry,
they don't all like them.
I'm just saying. And I get it.
Like
and you're absolutely right.
Because
accuracy is everything.
Yeah. A 2.23
accuracy is everything.
To the head is going to do.
It's still a 2.23 to the head. Yeah, I know. I just don't.
Same with a 22, a long rifle.
Well, and really, that's all a 2.23 is. It's a glorified 22. It's a 22 on roids. And I get don't get me wrong. I understand the entire principle behind that round, which is that it's an attrition round. It wounds, and if anyone knows anything about war, not to go off on war, and that is it's all about resources. Basically, which army runs out of resources first, and a wounded man takes. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to tell you exactly how they taught us in the army. We use 2.23 because you hit the guy, and if he doesn't die, it takes two other guys to take him off the battlefield. You just effectively took three guys out of the battle. Yeah. That is exactly what they preach in the army.
Yeah. And
however, no one walks away from my tank rounds.
There you go. There are no attrition. There are no attrition rounds in an 80 millimeter or whatever.
120.
Hey, I got a quote for the Peanut Gallery.
What? What is it?
Always remember that you are absolutely unique, just like everyone else.
Oh, I've seen that.
Margaret Mead.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like that.
See, I don't think the Peanut Gallery is unique. I still think he's in Mark's head.
It probably is. He probably is.
It's like that. I don't know. Why don't you shut him up? Yeah.
Unless it's Effie Mishka. Shout out.
Shout out, Effie.
Too
Ah,
funny.
could be her. Yes.
Probably having
Drugs are bad.
her vodka and bong water, and then having some applesauce, frozen applesauce.
Nice. Frozen applesauce. with
Frozen
cinnamon.
applesauce. And again, there's your
Hey,
brain. She watched the documentary enough times that she thinks that frozen applesauce is the best thing ever. Because my mother said it in the documentary. It's like, did you know Mark's
well, it's your favorite, isn't it?
Isn't it Mark's favorite? It's like, no, it's not. I say it in the movie, but yeah, there you go. And I didn't press
Yeah. But you wore shorts in the movie too, so
it was a hot 2017 was a hot summer, man. Well, I was not gonna cook and sit there with sweat stains on my pants. It was gonna be what? I was
Hey, and I'm gonna say, and I'll get off so you can get another call in. A new video game came out, Division 2.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in it where the character's in like an office, and on the shredder is a half picture of a guy. You know, it looks like it might be a rap sheet or something, but it says above it, "Flat Earther."
Nice.
Good.
I was like, holy crap, look at that shit. It's everywhere.
All right, Zula, we got 12 seconds till we go to commercial.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Ace. Shout out to Mark Sargent. Shout out to Brian Burton, Master Gunner. You guys kick butt. Karen B, Nathaniel, everybody. Big family.
Nice.
Love it. All right, bye.
Wow.
Later.
Just like that, he left. And there's the music. So we'll be back in 3.
Check wallet for his name. His face is in the muck. I think his zipper's stuck.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype, no fear. Real people, real radio.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4, and that concludes our marathon of everything the Beatles ever wrote. Note, we did not play all of Hey Jude because it was just too long. Followed by the Taylor Swift, Hour of Power. But yeah, just then, that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album, Night and Day. All right, where did we leave off? Brian Burton, Master Gunner, he's still around, isn't he? Brian?
Yeah. I'm still here.
He's still there hanging on. How about... Go ahead.
I was just saying, that reminded me of, when I did the interview with you, and after that, when you did your break, you said we had an hour of Justin Bieber when I was on.
I know. I've now increased that to the 3-hour Justin Bieber whine-a-thon. And I feel bad. Look, he's a very talented singer. Not going to question that. I feel bad because first impressions, I remember I was in a room doing tech support with a bunch of interns. These girls couldn't have been 23, any of them. And it was the first time I ever heard a Justin Bieber song. And I said, that woman has an incredible voice. And they all looked at me in horror. It's like, what? That's Justin Bieber. It's like, and I go, look, it sounds when he hits those high notes, he sounds very, very feminine. No offense. I mean, look, there's a lot of singers that, which is why we have shows now like The Voice, which really could have fun with people if they wanted to, if you want to do the whole gender thing. Anyway, let's get to it. We've got a few more calls to knock out. Let's try 920. 920, you're on with Strange World and Mark and Master Gunner. And what are we talking about?
Hi, Mark. How Brian was it?
Yeah, it's Brian from the United States Army, and since you are from Belarus, is that right?
Exactly.
Yes, which means were you in were you there before it broke up? I mean, I know you're not old enough, right? How old were you when the Soviet bloc broke up?
Well, I sometimes joke that it broke up because I was born.
All right. Well, then then you and United States Army Master Gunner are not natural enemies then. So, what's happening?
About high altitude balloons with the cameras.
Yeah.
I noticed that most of them are sent up from the northern hemisphere, and primarily from Arizona desert for some reason, but there were some from Europe, and not that many from the southern. I mean, you won't be able to see the whole thing, but if you're south enough, could you see the edge?
That's a good question, which is why, when we first started doing this, I remember, I think it was at the end of 2016, beginning of 2017, people were asking me, it's like, what if we took a drone down to Antarctica? And almost immediately there was an update, and somebody had sent it to me, where they banned private drone use in Antarctica. And I thought, and it was all encompassing. So it wasn't just drone, little helicopter things. It was anything on a drone, which I would imagine, long distance drones and balloons as well. So
what's really funny about that is, when this all started, I used to watch the ISS live feed looking for mistakes. And I noticed something, that every time it got near Antarctica,
the
camera shut off. The camera shut off until it started pointing back north.
What? I don't know if anyone else has mentioned that. Has Jaron mentioned this on his show?
I don't know. But if you watch ISS feed, seriously, because I used to track it with the map on the screen and watch it go. It's like, oh, it's getting closer, it's getting close. Then they'd go to that famous blue screen. And then it would come back as it's going back.
Anyone listening, find out, poke around. Has the ISS ever tracked any footage over Antarctica? That's a great question. I can't believe you're just now bringing this up.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I mean, you come up with some gold nuggets eventually, and this is a good one. I like it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, what if it's not Antarctica, but somewhere in Australia, let's say, or South America, if you're south enough?
Well, even I don't think they even show the Antarctic coastline.
No, that's what I was saying. As it goes south, as it slowly past South America or Australia or anything down there, right when it gets close, I used to always say, okay, here we go, see the wall, and it would go to blue screen, and it would come back on a couple minutes later.
Oh no, I'm talking about the balloons.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Balloons. We're actually going way beyond the balloons at this point. We're saying that it's not just the balloons, but maybe the ISS itself isn't allowed. Maybe nothing is allowed to film high altitude Antarctica. We see all the stuff from the ground level, but that's a good point. And that would make sense, because if you have something to hide down there, you'd want to limit the shots. I mean, in fact, most of the aerial shots have been done less than 30,000 feet up.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm sniffling. Anyway, what else is on your mind, Soviet bloc? What am I supposed to call you anyway?
Irene is fine.
Irene's not your real name, though, is it?
It's a variation of my real name. Because nobody pronounces it right anyhow. So.
All right. No, that's fine. Irene. Anyone that's listening, this is Irene from some sort of Soviet agency. That's why the accent. She's not trying to disguise her voice. Anyway, go on.
One of the things it's been on my mind for a while, but I don't really know how to approach it. Is it possible to kind of create a artificial horizon line? Because I can't find this video again. I watched it a while back, maybe a month or so, and it just disappeared. The whole thing with the angles and how the ships disappear bottom first, and
right.
In theory, if you can reverse the angles, then the top will disappear first. And I was wondering if there's possible to make an experiment where you can not reverse, but at least
I don't think it's going to make. I don't think
two horizon lines.
I gotcha. I don't think it's going to make much difference anyway, though, because of atmospheric lensing. And by that, everyone forgets, and we're only learning, we're learning this as quickly as anybody else, which is when you're looking at a ship on the horizon, you're looking through the thickness of atmosphere. And it's basically just a thin version of water, which means at distance, it's the stacking of it is going to create atmospheric lensing, which we didn't make up, which is a magnifying effect, which will destroy the bottom of that boat and mirror it towards the top. And we see it with boats, we see it with buildings, and it's not a superior mirage, it's not an inferior mirage, it is literally just like looking through a lens, and it's cutting off the top and the bottom. So the artificial horizon line, even though I like where your head's at on that, I don't think it's going to help that much. In fact, Jaron did some wonderful videos because he had to create kind of a marker where he thought the horizon line might be, because it was so distorted at certain points where you could see like birds flying in and out of this wavy distortion patch. Where you could not see anything when it got in there. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. I have a head cold. So, what else you got?
That's probably it for now. I can't think of much else.
All right. It's nice, by the way, that
Shout out to,
I know that when
Coach
you're
from previous Jeff from the last show.
Yeah.
I checked out some of this stuff, and the jury's still out on it, but.
Jeff Rupp has
it was definitely interesting information.
Yeah, Jeff Rupp's got a big brain, and I love when he comes on because he doesn't come on until he's got a lot to say. And I love the fact that we've got guys like him out there that are just, I don't even know if he sleeps. So anyway, before I let you go, any shout outs, would you like to tell us who you might be assassinating this week?
I can't tell you that, or you might be the next.
Oh, and you used to be shy. You're not shy anymore. A shy spy. Is there such a thing? I don't know. All right. Anyway, das vidanya, whatever you guys say. Oh, you got to come up with some Russian phrases for me to learn, okay?
Just let me know. You can send me a list what you want to know, and I'll.
Oh, somebody thinks she can guess your name. Is it? I think because she was in the Air Force, and she was also a spy. Is it Irina?
Yes.
Hey, you got it. Okay, go
that's
get her.
That's not how you pronounce it, but yes, that's the reason why.
How do you pronounce it?
Irene.
I'm dying
How do you
to know.
pronounce it?
Irina. It's
Oh well.
E, not I.
We posh Soviet. All right.
I go by. I had a teacher in high school. He called me Marina for 2 years, and I didn't even, because if that's what you want to call me, I'll answer. I don't care.
Nice. All right. Well, cool. No, it's good to know. And later we will thumb through the databases and figure out your full name, and then we will find you. All right. On that note, I've got to say goodbye because I've got a few more callers I got to pick up. Americans, real people. And
Feel better.
We'll talk soon. Thank you. I'm gonna go to bed. I got to do a post show, but after that, I'm definitely going to bed. All right. We'll talk soon.
All right.
Bye-bye. Okay. Let's do 951. 951. I just want to know right now, are you a real American?
Most of the time.
That was not a ringing endorsement.
What kind of question was that?
Well, didn't you listen to the last caller? We had a female Soviet spy on there.
Oh, okay. You meant, am I a real American? Okay, yeah. I live in America.
Damn right.
I guess I could say that.
That's right. Freedom ain't free.
But dude, I don't know, man. America doesn't mean what it used to mean anymore. You know
what? Very, very true. Very, very true. It's not like
even talking to a mutual friend of ours from Arizona. Talking to her, she that was one thing that blew her away. like about our country, about the lies and stuff like that. Because she was in, like
Yeah.
she was in military.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's sad. Like her whole family. Like that's why she said that she probably will never be able to talk or convince her family of this because, like, I think it was her dad or whatever flew with Aldrin, like in a plane, not in a spaceship or anything, but in a plane. Like.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, I mean,
but yeah,
I actually gave my brother-in-law a signed bumper sticker when John Glenn ran for president, and I didn't even hesitate. And for Christmas, I gave this to him, and he could not have been happier. It's like, John Glenn, holy smokes! It's like he could not have been thrilled. I'm pretty sure he framed it in his garage. And for me, it meant nothing because, like, yeah, I mean, he's part of the story, but that's all it is just a story. Yeah, I know. We you know what the old saying is, never meet your heroes. And in this case, America as a country was a hero for a lot of people and for a long time.
Yeah.
We were the greatest thing since sliced bread, and we're still probably the most entertaining show in town. But I think that's all we've got left is the entertainment aspect of it.
Yeah. By the way, has anybody called in and talked to you about what happened at the Salton Sea on Saturday?
Not during the show. I've heard the experiments went well with the teams. 2 out of the 3 went well, and the third one they ran out of light. They waited too long, and the sun went down. And then they did, I think, a laser test afterwards. But it went really well, and they're going to release the footage, I don't know, pretty soon. But it was not surprising to anybody. It was a total success in that regards.
Yeah, I would have expected like Wendell or Nathan or someone to call in, Like,
well, I mean, they'll release the footage soon enough, and it'll take them a little while to edit it. But again, they used what you guys were doing before, which was the mirror. I mean, talk about brilliant, which is how do you do a freaking long range visual test during hot weather, across a body of water? Well, you have a powerful enough light source. How do you do that? You just take a $9 mirror from Target and put it on the beach and shine it and reflect the sun right back at itself. That's brilliant.
Yeah. It seems to be working very well, right?
Yeah.
Especially they added something this time to it, and we can always do different things with it. Like, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff we can do with it to see what we can, like, what I was just in a debate with Jim Panda right now.
Yeah.
On someone's channel, and yeah, his answer was refraction. Like, that's all that they have is refraction. But the new calculator that's out actually takes in all the refracted, like the standard of refraction. Like, it takes that into account, and there's only like a 10-foot difference. And I'm like, dude, we're talking almost 120 feet. Like,
right. So
10 feet, like, you still got 110 feet to deal with. I go, even if we, like, let's times this by like 7, dude, like, let's multiply the refraction by 7 times the refraction if you want to go that high. And now we're talking 70 feet plus the original, that's 80 feet. You still got 20 to 30 feet you got to deal with, man.
Right.
Like, you're running out of stuff out of your bag of tricks you can pull out right now. Refraction is the last one you had. Now what? Because refraction was taken into account. There's still 30 feet missing, dude. Like. And
even if they continued down that road, I would throw at them what I ran into back in the end of 2015, which was Sean McCrary, which is like, all right, fine, it's refraction, but yet we can still target it with beam radar weapons, and we can see it in infrared, and we can shoot it. So unless you tell me we can hit a Mirage with a missile, and people will come at me and say, well, he's not real. It's like, are you kidding? I've got video footage from the training room. Don't tell me that's not a real guy. Anyway, so it's good. It's good. We can keep pressing the attack. That's awesome. I'm so glad that everyone's doing it.
The whole thing with the mirrors is they are line of sight. Like, you have to be in sight of it. Like, there is, You're not seeing a mirage of it. Especially some of the footage we have, you can actually see the difference of the flashes as you take screenshots of it, right?
Yep.
Because there's times where just the mirror is lit up by the sun and it's a perfect square. Like
nice.
You're seeing the sun reflecting off the mirror. Like there's no getting around it.
I know, man.
Yeah. We're getting to the point now where we can shut them down easy.
Yep.
We just gotta remember to do it gently sometimes.
I agree. Any shout outs, because some young lady from San Francisco wants to come on. I don't know. She seems really crazy. But I said I'd try to let her on before the show ends. Any shout outs?
San Francisco. Are we talking about Mishka?
I don't know.
No?
I just got this little red flag next to her name saying "Do not answer." But you know what? Why not? I got backup tonight.
Well, then you know what? Go ahead, go for it. I really have no shout outs except for like Zulu, and then the team at the Salton Sea, because that was really cool. I wasn't able to make it this time, so that kind of sucked. But
it's all right. You were there when they on the groundbreaking, and you were there on a lot of other stuff, so no sweat, man.
Plus, there's other stuff that we're gonna be doing coming up soon.
Cool.
So yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff.
All right.
That's gonna happen.
All right, man.
All right, dude.
Hey, we'll
have a good
talk
night.
soon.
Talk to you later.
See ya. All right, let's do. I don't know. Should I pick up 916? I don't know. What do you think, Brian? I've got my finger on the button here. I don't know if I want to pick her up though.
I haven't heard my flush this week, so I think you should.
All right, here we go. 916. I don't know if you. I don't think you're going to be the last caller tonight. I may be able to pick up 864. We'll see. What is happening?
Oh, I wish I had a flush for you, but I don't.
I'm
just eating frozen applesauce. The best thing ever.
Oh, that's awesome. I see an image of it on my screen right now.
Yes. Mhm.
Cool.
It's really good. It's kind of hard still because I have my freezer set to 2 degrees, so it's a little.
You have your freezer set
firm.
to glacier.
Yeah, start to the flat Earth's edge.
Yeah, you gotta let it soften a little bit. It's got to be the texture of kind of like a dense ice cream.
Like a smoothie.
Like a smoothie.
Okay, so I have a quote. So myself, I'm going through some health issues. My personal people know, and I've got friends going through some health issues. So I have a quote. If I can get my damn phone open, there we go. And this goes out to everyone, Peanut Gallery as well. But our greatest happiness does not depend on the condition of life in which chance has placed us, but it is always the result of a good conscience, good health, occupation, and freedom in all just pursuits. And that is by Thomas Jefferson.
That's nice. Cool.
And I heard you just had the Soviet spy on.
Yep.
So
Soviet spy.
I actually have. My name Mishka comes from my Russian friend, and he is here with me. He's going to say a little message, which I'll tell you what it means later, Mark. But okay. Here's
so
Alex.
Is it for her?
He's going to say something. Well, I mean, yes. There's the first part of it. Yes. She needs to listen. So.
Right.
Here we go. Here he is. Just talk right into that thing.
Добрый вечер.
Okay.
Алло.
Hello.
Добрый вечер. Приветик. Так, вам здесь такая переписка. Сказано: добрый вечер, мои русские советские шпионы. Меня зовут Алексей. И Мишка моя подруга. Она хочет сказать, что наша земля очень плоская. Как ей нравится. Вот такой месседж от нее.
Yay!
Wow. Well done. Well done. We now.
If anyone can speak Russian, they'll know what that means. But
we've now had a show with too many Russians on. That's awesome.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes. So if anyone wants to know, it says, "Hello, fellow Soviet spy. My name is Alex. Hello, Mark Sargent. The Earth is flat. Mishka is my good friend."
Wow.
There you go.
There you go.
And of course, the coded
So-
message is completely different. I watched all 6 seasons of American. I know what's going on here. All right.
Mishka.
All right. Well,
Wait, Michelle, don't go.
what? I'm okay. Okay.
I actually have a quote for you.
Oh, from Mr. Burton himself?
Yes. Amazing, huh? Ready for this?
Wow. Not the peanut gallery tonight. I feel a little left out. We'll have to get back to the peanut gallery, but go ahead.
I don't like him. I told Mark not to talk to him no more. He's not supposed to. All right, here's your quote. Ready?
He's pissing me off, too. Go ahead.
Whether you be a man or a woman, you will never do anything without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. From James Lane Allen.
Oh, that's very relative, and I know.
It's really nice.
You know, thank you. That was nice.
I've done my nice thing for the year. I can go back to being my whole ass.
You can go right back to that.
And just so Mishka doesn't feel like she's getting too many warm fuzzies, look, come on. I'm pretty sure you can't die from drinking too much bong water. I'm just saying it right now.
Oh my God, I heard you guys say that. The vodka and the bong, I was totally having vodka and bong water.
Oh,
See,
drugs are bad.
I know.
Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Shout out to Zulu One, Karen B, Ace McLeod, Peanut Gallery,
Mark Sargent.
you, Mark and Brian. I love you guys. And everyone else I missed, Josh Morgan, y'all know, everybody in Zulu One's chat. And Night School will be there, be square. Love you
All
guys.
right. We'll talk soon. I'm going to pick up one more call, okay?
Okay. Peace.
All right. I hate to do this to you, 864, but you got about a minute. So what are we doing?
Nice.
864? Oh, wait, is this? Oh, it's just Jack.
Oh, Jackie.
The killer. Okay, dude, you do not have a lot of time. So what do you got?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that the Earth was flat. That's all.
We got a little more time than that.
Do people really believe that?
Yeah, I'm breaking up real bad. I can barely hear you, but I definitely gotta let everybody know that the Earth is definitely observably scientifically flat.
Perfect.
That's
a great ending. Thank you, Jack, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Yeah, I wish I could hear you, but you're breaking up real bad.
That's
Stay
okay.
flat,
That's
stay
okay.
true. Take care.
Jack is gone. But we could hear him, which worked out well.
Yes.
All right. So, any closing remarks? You got about 45 seconds. Anything?
Well, I better plug Night School Thursday night. We're gonna have a good discussion this Thursday.
And then
with Zulu and Shauna.
And then tomorrow morning, you know what's happening tomorrow morning?
Yes. Hopefully the documentary.
Wednesday. Yeah.
And you're doing a secret show tomorrow, aren't you? Maybe you'll be able to talk about it
I'm
with
doing
her.
a secret show tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm doing one.
That's true.
With Patricia Steer. I have not. You know what? I've been so busy doing other things. We haven't really actually talked. So we better find out. I know. No, sorry, I coughed into the microphone. Anyway, guys, thank you everyone that called in. Next week shouldn't be any different than this week, except you know what? I think I'll have Chris Pontius on next week. So be here next week, same flat time, same flat channel. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.